Hey guys, it is Maya Kana. I am a psychic healer and intuitive life coach, and today I am asking the question, is sugar a drug for sensitive people? This is a question that has been on my mind for a very, very long time. One of the main reasons why I have been asking this question is because in the past couple of years, I really started to become sensitive to my body and changes in my body, and I noticed that every time that I ingested sugar, a lot of things changed. The way that my mind worked changed, the way that my body felt changed. A lot of times I had more difficulty sort of hearing like people's spirit guides and doing my readings and doing coaching, and I noticed that it made me feel like really ungrounded. And so about 6 weeks ago, I decided to see what my life would be like if I removed sugar. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about my 6 weeks on the no sugar added diet, which I think I'm going to continue on for quite some time. I apologize for the video quality and framing today. I'm actually in the car right now with Zaire. It is Memorial Day and we are headed out to the lake. So I'm just getting this video in here to stay true to my 14 days of video challenge. So that's what's going on with the video today. Okay, so like I said, my whole life I have been really, really sensitive to sugar. Even when I was a little kid, sometimes if I had like a combination of like white sugar plus dyes, I would actually like black out basically, and my behavior would totally change. I would get really crazy. I was a gymnast when I was a little kid, and sometimes if I had like a lot of sugar with like red dye, like in high C or something like that, I would sometimes like get on top of like tables or high places and like do backflips off of them and stuff like that. That was like really not indicative of my general behavior. And so when I was a little kid, my family actually had me tested to see if I had a high sensitivity to sugar. But at the time, this was not something that a lot of people were talking about. So the doctors kind of said, oh, all kids are sensitive to sugar. But anyway, you know, as I got older, I noticed that anytime I tried any type of detox or diet where I removed sugar, like everything about my life would basically improve. I would be more calmer, more grounded, with more stabilized energy. And my physical symptoms a lot of times would disappear. Like whenever I have sugar, I always get rashes and acne and all kinds of stuff like that. And it would just like disappear no matter what diet I was on. Like when I did paleo, you know, I noticed huge benefits. When I was raw vegan, I noticed huge benefits. When I did the endometriosis diet, I noticed huge benefits. And really the only thing that all those diets have in common is that they all eliminate sugar. So I was kind of tired of being on a really restrictive diet / lifestyle, and I knew when I became raw vegan last year and fruitarian that I really couldn't sustain that for my whole life. So starting this spring, after vacation in which I had a lot of sugar, I started thinking, what should I do for my health? And I decided to try the no sugar added challenge. And so that's what I've been doing, like I said, since April 13th. So for about the past 6 weeks. And what I'm doing for the no sugar added diet is that I am eating all foods that do not contain added sugar. So not just white processed sugar, but I'm not eating any added sugar. And added sugar goes by about 50 different names. So if I am reading through food labels and I see anything that I know is sugar, like some things say like brown rice syrup or things like that, or anything that I think might be sugar, I just put it back. So basically I'm not really having any packaged foods for the most part, except occasionally like brown rice pasta and things like that. But anyway, so no sugar. I'm also not having any sugar substitutes because I know for a fact that those are drugs. That made me really crazy. So no agave, no honey, no xylitol, no saccharin, none of the sugar substitutes either, except on like rare occasion if I'm out at a restaurant or something every once in a while. But yeah, so in the past 6 weeks, I probably had maybe 10 or 15 grams of sugar. I try to have 0 grams of sugar, 0 grams of added sugar every day. But, you know, recently I've gone out a couple of times. I went out to a soup restaurant last week and I got a soup and I had 1 gram of sugar. So it hasn't been 100%. But what I noticed has been really, really interesting. So in the first probably 30 of the no sugar added diet / lifestyle, I definitely went through detox symptoms, and I was not having that much sugar in comparison to the average American. But the first 36 hours were pretty rough. I had a huge headache, almost like a migraine type of headache, and I was really pretty irritable, and my energy was really low, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to continue with the no sugar added diet? When I first started, I didn't limit the amount of like fruits that I was having and fruit juices and things like that, so I just kind of loaded up on those things to feel better, and then over time I've reduced those. But anyway, after the first 36 hours, that completely cleared, and I didn't have any sort of like detox or withdrawal symptoms from sugar anymore. And I've been really amazed. This is definitely the easiest sort of detox program I have ever done. It's much easier than being paleo. It's much easier for me than being vegan, much easier than being fruitarian or raw vegan. After the sort of initial symptoms cleared, I didn't have any type of cravings really for sugar at all, except for just a little bit like right before my period. But I think, you know, all of us women know what that's like. I don't know if there's any way to get rid of that. So anyway, with the no sugar added diet, I noticed immediately that I had improvements in my skin, which I'll post pictures of. My skin is still not perfect, but it's probably 75 or 80% better than what it was initially. And I literally had acne from the age of 9 all the way until now, until the age of 26, that I could not get rid of with any means, really. So removing sugar immediately within the first 6 days caused massive improvement in my skin. It has also helped me to enhance my like psychic and intuitive abilities, because I have a lot more clarity, and I have a lot more sustained energy. Like, instead of having energy levels before that were like this, now I have a consistent energy all throughout the day. One downside, I would say, of the no sugar added diet is the fact that it is harder to get immediate energy when you need it, though. When I've been doing running and exercise and things like that, I've noticed that it takes me like a little bit longer to get started. Before, sometimes I would just have, you know, something with sugar, and then I would just go, whoo, like, just do, you know, crazy with the exercise right away. So that's maybe one downside, but there's been so many other upsides. It's also really improved my hormonal health. Like I think I've said in a couple of other videos, I was diagnosed with endometriosis in 2014, and that's been a struggle. Like, it's pretty bad. And after just 2 weeks of the no sugar diet, most of those symptoms that I had from endometriosis were gone, and I had the like least painful period of my life. So that's pretty amazing. I mean, I've been really amazed overall. I think to answer the question of this video, I mean, my conclusion has been that sugar is a drug. I think that it has been a drug, at least for me. And what I noticed is that, like other sort of drugs, is that the more that you have, the more that you want, and the more that it impacts you. And so for me, just removing it altogether, you know, it's like I don't really have cravings for sugar anymore. And as I said, it's been one of the easiest ways to just dramatically improve my health, because I know that I can eat anything, all things, everything, as long as it doesn't have added sugar. So basically all whole foods are on the table, and I do eat organic meat and dairy products, and it really helps me. Like, for my particular body, it really helps me to be grounded. It helps me so much. I really thrive on that, actually, and I always have. I do not believe that there is one diet that is best for everyone. Some people will tell you, oh, everybody on the planet needs to be raw vegan or whatever, that's the solution. I think that there's something unique that happens when you take a soul and you put it in a body, and I think that health is all about finding that intersection between, you know, the body's energy and the soul's energy, and some of us need different foods to make that happen. But what I would say is, if you've ever been curious about doing a sugar detox, a lot of people do this for a week or 2 weeks. I would definitely encourage it, particularly if you are an empath or a highly sensitive person, because it's a great way to get clarity and to normalize your energy. If anybody is curious about about going sugar free or doing a no sugar added diet, or is curious about what I eat, I will post a quick photo of my first shopping trip here from the no sugar added diet. But yeah, if anybody is curious, please don't hesitate to contact me. The best way to reach me is through my business email, which is mayasbrightstarcreations@gmail.com. I honestly do not check my Facebook messages that regularly because it's pretty overwhelming. But anyway, yeah, feel free to email me, or if you would like some coaching about how to improve your health and find that intersection between your body and soul, please don't hesitate to reach out at choosefaithnotfear.com. All right, guys, this is the final day of my detox weekend, so I hope that you have enjoyed it. I know that I have, and I hope you guys will all get excited about your detoxification. And thank you for bearing with me here with this video filming in the car. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day. Namaste. Bye.